Fox 17 Rock Interview. I'm interviewing Larry Stewart from the band Restless Heart. 4 gold records, 6 consecutive #1 hits, 25 songs on the Billboard charts. You know, you guys you hit your anniversary in 2014, right? Is that like 30-year anniversary?
Yeah, you know, the 5 of us have been together like almost 33 years now.
Wow.
And
back to the old Belmont days.
That is crazy. Well, I met a couple of the guys when I was at Belmont.
Yeah.
Long time ago. Our keyboard player, Dave Ennis. And we actually worked in the studio together at Belmont. Wow. And our Greg Jennings, our guitar player. Met him around town doing some sessions and in some clubs. And so we just kind of met each other here and there. And then, long story short, formed what became Restless Heart.
Hit-making machine. Well, let's talk about, you know, some of your solo work right now with voices, and you actually lent your voice to this, and with the vintage hymns and everything. It's such a great album, Larry, and I really, you know, and I'm not being biased just because you're sitting here next to me, but my favorite song is the one you did on here.
Really?
After listening to it, it's just very heartfelt.
Well, thank
you. Know, but you know, you guys got, you know, Phil Keaggy, and you got the Gatlin Brothers, and so many great people involved in this, and the Oak Ridge Boys. And so how did this whole thing come about with voices?
Well, Michael Sykes, the producer, and the executive producer, Denise Strother, who is here, but she won't come on the camera. But anyway, it's really their vision, her vision, something she wanted to do and give back to, you know, the memory of her dad. Yeah. And so one thing led to another, and he brought some artists in, and then he asked me to sing on it. And we brought some other, you know, folks in, and it really rounded out very nicely. But, you know, my cut was something very special because it's just, you know, mainly piano, right?
Yeah.
And piano player by the name of Gary Smith played it, to me, as a masterpiece.
Okay.
Just an amazing arrangement.
And your voice just floats on the top on it so nicely.
And we did it right there in the studio together.
Wow.
But it was just a few months later he passed on us, and you know, and after we cut it, and I never got to see him again. But I felt like that. I mean, there was just something in the room that day, and I think we did a very nice job on it.
Yeah, incredible album.
He did. I mean, the playing did. I mean, as you listen to it, you know, and just the improvisations and some of the key changes that he did that just happened right there in the studio was something.
Well, that's an amazing testament to it. And it's just, Voices is available now, and great album, you know. And speaking of other things, you know, with Restless Heart, you guys came out with a tribute song in February of this year with Wichita Lineman. And I really liked your take on it. Very different from Glenn Campbell's version originally.
Well, we try to keep, you know, some of the arrangements and the string lines, and you know, and just, you know, to keep that integrity and honoring his record, but we still wanted to make it Restless Heart. So we added some of the background vocals to it.
Yeah.
And you know, we really, Dave Ennis, our keyboard player, co-produced it with Harry Smith, a buddy of ours and a guitar player. And he said, you want to cut Wichita Lineman? Because, of course, I'm just a big Glenn Campbell fan.
Oh, yes.
I remember where I was the first time I heard By the Time I Get to Phoenix.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, okay, sure. You know, because we were talking about, you know, recording some old classics for Restless Heart and seeing where that took us, you know.
Definitely. Well,
as
you
far
and
as
I
the
were talking
project,
about growing up, too, with Glenn Campbell on TV, and you were raised in Paducah, Kentucky,
Yep.
you know, not far from where I was raised in Cape Girardeau.
Yeah.
And it's like, I just remember, you know, watching the Glenn Campbell show and just being amazed, you know, with the talent that he had on there and the talent that Glenn, you know.
Yeah, to watch he and Jerry Reed sit there in that little, you know, that little hole that there, and they just, you know, I was just glued. And that was really one of the first times of great musicianship, especially, you know, out of the, you know, the big stage out of Nashville, that, you know, that really started something there. But you know, we got to work with him.
Yeah.
We got to, you know, we got to do the 4th of July in St. Louis. We opened for him his last 2 shows in Branson, Missouri.
Oh, how amazing.
A couple of years ago. And so,
a great testament to do this song with him, you know, for him, you know.
It really, we did it to honor him. We'll never hear new music from Glenn Campbell again. And so when we cut it, and we just really thought there was magic on it, and we said, let's release it. Let's put this out, even though we don't have our project finished.
Right.
And so we put it out, and my boss, Breezewood, agreed to do a video on it, and it's coming out very soon.
That's awesome.
We just saw it this past week, and we're really excited about it.
Well, speaking of magic, you guys always appear on the Grand Ole Opry, and so viewers can see you there, and you're going to be on tour this year as usual. And it's just great to see you guys, after all these years and all the hits, still be on the road and making great music and the harmonies that you're so well known for.
That's the most fun part for me. I get to stand in the middle of the stage every night and listen to those guys sing around me. All 5 of us sing on almost every song. Wow. And being together so long didn't come without bumps in the road. Back in the 90s, we shut it down for a little bit, and just had to get our feet under us again,
right.
and some guys had to make things right with each other. And then when that happened, early 2000s, we said, hey, let's go out and do a few shows, see if anybody cares.
Well, and look at all the charity work you guys do also for the armed forces and everything, where you fly in and play shows for the armed forces.
Well, I didn't even grow up with anybody in the military in my family, but we got the opportunity to do it, quite a few years ago, and it just blew me away how the men and women, they're just so professional, so amazing. They love their country.
Right.
And to go over there and how appreciative they are, and you get to meet some of the people, but we just kept going back, and I just did with Navy Entertainment a tour this past February with some other guys, Richie McDonald, Lone Star, and Tim Rushlow, Little Texas, and it just gets in your blood, and you just love to go over there and take a little slice of home to the men and women.
I think it's incredible you guys do that. Now, where can viewers keep up with you and the band, with Restless Heart, to know where you guys are touring and the new music and everything else, Larry?
RestlessHeartBand.com. Our social media is Restless Heart Band as well. We got them all. And so just come follow us. And
follow you on Facebook and on Twitter.
Yep, that's it. And that's Restless Heart Band.
Yeah.
Also, Larry Stewart. You can find me there. Come follow me, follow each individual guy. And we're very engaged in our social media.
Yeah, you're incredible. And I'll tell you what, the band and you are just so involved with the community. And be sure and check out the video that'll be out soon, Wichita Lineman. And great album. If you enjoy vintage hymns and everything like I do, and you don't hear much of this on the radio, Voices, it's such an incredible album with a lot of incredible talent on there, and I think you did a great job, Larry.
No, thank you, sir.
All right. Thanks for watching the Fox 17 Rock Interview.